How do you get really good and a high level of skill at something? In this episode, we're going to talk about the 3 foundational things that go on and that you need in order to go on and create high levels of performance at an area. Whether that's basketball or tennis or marketing or social media or cooking or arts and crafts or paint, whatever it is. How do you get good at something? The 3 foundations you need. Welcome to episode 13 of the Accelerated Achievement Show. To get really good at something, there's only a few fundamental things that you need that are core things. So if you go off on your research, the world's highest performing people in all areas, whether it's sports, whether it's arts and crafts, whether it's business, whether it's entertainment, in all areas, here are the 3 foundations that most of them, in fact, probably 99.9% of these highest performing people have. The 3 things that they have and what you can do with them and how can you apply them in order for you to get really good. Because if you have a high level of skill, you'll get compensated for that high level of skill. Meanwhile, someone that lacks skills, especially in today's world, in today's economy, if you lack high skills, you're going to struggle because you don't have the skills to go off and execute on your own and become successful, and people won't pay you because high skills are in demand. So how can you develop skills? What are the 3 foundations you need? Let's jump into them. Number 1 thing you need, passion. You need passion in order to develop a skill. Now, before I continue, something you must know, passion isn't required to develop a high level of skill at something. It's not required. With that said, it is required if you want to develop a high level of skill and keep doing something over the long term. Meaning if you want to get to and do something the rest of your life, passion is an essential ingredient. That's why it's in here. That's why it's included. Because there are a lot of people that are highly good at something, good at things that they hate. There are a lot of people, let's use school as an example. A lot of people that went on and got B's and A's and A stars at topics that they hate through pure brute willpower and motivation to do it, from whether it's that push motivation of the stick or the carrot, whatever it is, but they didn't have the passion for it, yet they were good at it. But this is an essential ingredient if you want to do something over the long term. If you want to go on and spend the next 20 years of your life studying the area of painting, or studying the area of cooking, or studying hockey, and doing that every single day for the next 20 years of your life, you need to become passionate about it, else you'll reach burnout and it'll become a chore. And it's the reason why so many people, they do things that they hate. They're in jobs they hate. And it's depressing and sad to think about that there's people that every day wake up and spend the next 8 hours of their day doing something that they hate. Doing something that doesn't fulfill them. Yet the biggest reason why that happens is they go for the reward. They think about the money and the job and the status and all of those things before passion. Compared to the people that for 3 years they're doing something they're passionate about and not making a dime, then they go on and stack that money on top of that passion, that foundation of passion, and somehow for the next 20 years they're fired up, they can't wait to go to work, and they're super high performing people, super enthusiastic about what they get to do. So that's why passion is the first ingredient. You need passion if you want to do it over long term, but it's not required to get high performance, high level of skill, with that said, over the long term. So that's number 1, passion. Being excited, having enthusiasm, a love of what you're doing, a skill you're developing. Next one, discipline. Meaning you need to actually put in the work. If you want to develop a skill, thinking about it and thinking, yes, I'm going to get good at this, I'm going to get good at this, isn't going to get you a result. The law of attraction only works with the law of action. That's a popular quote. You need to have that action that you're taking. And the reason it requires discipline to get really good at something is because it takes a lot of work. And there's a concept of the 10,000 hours, which Malcolm Gladwell talked about in his book Outliers, which actually originated from a guy named Anders Ericsson, who first talked about and did scientific papers about this concept of 10,000 hours. Malcolm Gladwell went on to commercialize it but 10,000 hours, saying the concept that it takes 10,000 hours to become a master, the top 1% in the world, the top people that earn the most revenue from the skills that they have, that you have to take 10,000 hours. Now, I don't personally agree with that concept because here's why. Most people don't do the stuff the right way. They're not learning the most effective ways. They're learning ineffectively. Hence, it's not really 10,000 hours, so you can ignore the accuracy of that, of the number 10,000 hours, but it takes a lot of work. Because you need to be able to build up those feedback loops, those distinctions, meaning those differences that the amateurs can't see. Yet you can see because you're the master. You need to develop that, and you develop that through training. Nobody watching this has gotten really, really good or knows anyone that has gotten masterful at anything without doing the work, without training and putting their work into it. Putting in that work to train, develop that skill. If you're playing basketball, shooting hoops every morning, every evening. If you're playing tennis, or hitting that ball back 10,000 times, 100,000 times, whatever number it is, but doing it repeatedly and training and putting in that work. So second one is discipline. And the third concept is innovation. Because yes, repetition is essential to, is a key part of getting good, getting skilled at something, but repetition alone will not get you good at something. You can do something wrong 100,000 times and you're not going to be good at it. If you sit on a tennis court and you're swinging the racket around without ever getting good, but you're on that tennis court for 10,000 hours or 20,000 or 40,000 hours, you're still not going to be good at tennis. You need the innovation. Hence the third key, innovation. That tweaking and testing, constant refinement of your craft that gets you good at it. It's the reason why people are the highest skilled and the highest talented people. They're putting in that work and at the same time, they're getting better. They're constantly tweaking and improving. It's not about repetition. It's about repetition with innovation, with tweaking, with testing. It's the reason that Roger Federer in a study was able to actually return tennis shots while he couldn't see the tennis ball. There was a study and research that was done about Roger Federer in tennis. And the moment he would return the ball and his opponent would then return that ball, and as soon as that ball hit his racket, they would black out all the lights so he couldn't see. The only thing that Federer could see was he saw the position. He could see all those things about the position, the way he returned the racket, but he couldn't actually see any of the flight path of the ball, yet he was still able to move on the tennis court and return the ball, even though you couldn't see the ball. That's what comes from hard work, passion for what you do, and then also that innovation, tweaking, constantly improving, and constantly analyzing how you can get better. It's not about waiting for learning to just happen. You can't just do something and repeat it over and over and wait for yourself to learn something. No, you have to analyze. It's the reason why so many people film their performance or look at it or review it or get feedback from other people. It's that methods, those feedback loops, those strategies to constantly improve. Constant, never-ending innovation, constantly tweaking new ways to do something better, faster, because there are always ways to do things better, faster, more effectively, more efficiently. So it's that innovation. So there you have it, the 3 keys to get really good at something. Passion. If you're developing a skill, and I want to bring this back to practicality, bring this back to implementation so you don't just hear this and it sounds good because of my voice, but you actually apply it and actually has a difference and an impact for you. So passion. With the skills that you're developing, what are the ones that you're passionate about? Because passion is an important ingredient. And passion actually helps fuel a lot of the discipline. Because it doesn't feel like work. It feels like play. If you're doing the things that you love. The things that you're truly, truly passionate about. So passion. How can you bring more passion into your craft? And what are the things that you are naturally passionate about and skilled at? Secondly, discipline. Are you putting in the work to put in that training to actually get good at something? It's the reason I'm going to do hundreds and probably close to 1,000 episodes of this show. That's the goal. That's the intention. It's to get really, really good. And this is my journey. I haven't figured everything out yet, but I've had the privilege of speaking on stages, teaching thousands and thousands of people from stages and platforms over the last 3 years that have written books, 2 at the time of recording this, about 5 more by the end of this year, by the end of 2017. So the reason you're putting in that work, because every time you do something, if you're seeking innovation, you're getting better. So are you putting in the work? How can you be more disciplined? Develop your ability to motivate yourself and keep yourself disciplined. Keep igniting, not just hoping that you're motivated, but igniting that motivation and discipline. And then the last one, are you improving? Are you constantly seeking to improve? Are you constantly thinking, okay, how can I get better? How can I do this better? It's that obsession with improvement that's going to get you very good at something fast. And it's great to say this now for me, but I look forward to saying this and looking back at this episode 10 years from now and being like, yes, because I've done the research now, but I want to apply this more and test it in more different areas and more different skills. So what did you learn from this episode? These 3 foundations. I'll repeat them again. Passion, discipline, and innovation. Those 3 things. How can you apply them in your life? And what was your biggest takeaway from this episode, from episode 13? Comment below with your biggest takeaway. Like this below if you enjoyed this episode, and share it if you think that this will find and help someone else with their skill development, with their ability to learn. If you think that will help them, share this video. Also, subscribe below. Stay tuned for more episodes of the Accelerated Achievement Show.
Achievement accelerated with the Accelerated Achievement Show.